All right. So the first thing that we'll look at here are the types of business organizations that are available. We've got the four main types of business organizations, which is the sole proprietorship, the partnership, the corporations, and the cooperatives. Basically, sole proprietorship is to do with ownership of a business with one person owning and running the business. This means that one person registered the business and is the sole owner of that particular business. Actually, the word proprietor means owner, literally. So you are the sole means only. So only owner of that particular business. This means everything that has to do with its profits, you are the one to get 100%. And also everything that has to do with its losses, you are the one to suffer all those losses 100%. So that is actually already something that you might have to consider as an advantage or disadvantage, depending on the resources that you have. It might be very important for you to work with other people so that you can share the profits, but also you can also share the capital and the day-to-day costs of running the business, and even share resources in terms of the mental capacities, the education, the training, and so forth. You can all share that. But once you now start sharing the profit, it also means those people have to receive their fair share of the profit. But if you can always do it on your own, by all means, go ahead and have a sole proprietorship. Therefore, you won't have to share anything. The other type of business we have are partnerships, which are obvious. It's two or more people coming together to form a business. This is then what we call the shareholders. So you can have a 50-50 shareholdership, you can have a 50-30, depending on how much resources that the other one is bringing in. What is then important here is that someone has realized that there is big potential in this particular field, but I cannot be able to run this business alone and win. Therefore, I need some company, I need some people to help me to run this business. And that's where they bring in partners and the business then starts being run. There are different types of partnerships. Let's not even go into that. That would just take us a lot of time for nothing. But that's basically what partnerships are all about. Just make sure that you don't end up just partnering with someone because they are your friend, because that means in terms of profits, you have to share with them. In terms of decision making also, you have to share with them. So make sure that you do this professionally and not use your heart into such things. The next thing that we have are what we call corporations. A corporation is a legal entity that is separate from its owner or the shareholders. So no shareholder of a corporation is personally liable for the debts, obligations, or acts of the corporation. This type of business can be incorporated at either the federal or provincial level. A corporation is identified by the terms limited or incorporated Inc. So that, or also corporation or corp, whatever the term, it must appear in the corporate name on all documents, stationery, and so forth, as it also appears on the incorporation documents. This is another form of partnership, but at a higher level. These are normally your big companies that can be going all over the country, if not all over the world. Now, the group of people who are brought to come together here are not going to be liable over the assets of the business or the day-to-day running of the business. They are mainly concerned with making sure that the business does exist. They are mainly concerned with offering what I can say the eagle eye point of view of leadership to the corporation itself. Then they can then employ the CEOs and everyone who then run the business on the ground, while themselves they are more concerned with gathering the capital, getting the loans from banks, and making sure all the nitty-gritties of making sure that the business itself exists are put into place. Then the last type of business that we have is what is called a cooperative. A cooperative is a corporation organized and controlled by its members who put resources to provide themselves and their patrons with goods, services, or benefits. A cooperative business structure provides a democratic control based on the one member, one vote, open and voluntary membership, patronage, dividends, and so forth. So as I just said, corporations actually will not need the members to be the ones running the business, while cooperatives are literally a group of members coming together to say, this is what we have. Normally, you'll find cooperatives being what you find in our normal communities, whereby we say we want to build this road, the government has failed us, we want to then bring whatever we have to build this particular road, or we want to build this school, we want to bring together all the resources coming from the parents to build this particular school. Therefore, everyone literally has got a vote in this particular community, and also we all share the benefits from this community, be it in terms of money or in terms of services and so forth. So those are the three different types of businesses that the four different types of business organizations that do exist. Here is a summary of their advantages and disadvantages. Please go over them. If ever anything confuses you, do not hesitate to get in touch with me. Let's meet each other on the next lesson.